Hi my friends, my name is Abby and today I'm going to be leading you through a super fun Vinyasa flow. It's going to be a strong flow, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but a lot of opportunities for regression or progression. So feel free to listen to your body, take what feels good for you, and yeah, I do recommend for class maybe you grab a block, maybe a strap. As always, have your props available and we'll get started, we'll get right into it. Okay, so today we're going to get started just in a nice, tall, comfortable seat. You can maybe rest your seat on a block, maybe sit cross-legged or on your knees. Wherever you are, just notice your spine beginning to stack tall. Maybe you drift the eyes closed or gaze towards the ground in front of you. Just really beginning to tune into how your body's feeling in this moment. And just taking a moment here to notice what brought you to your mat today. Yoga is seen to be an act of self-care. We're caring for our breath, our mind, our body, being intentional with our movements. So I'd like to encourage you throughout this practice to be intentional with what brought you here today and with how you choose to move through your practice. Sometimes we can get stuck in this sense of obligation. We have to be here, it's just another task on the to-do list, and we lose sight of the beauty and the privilege that we have to be in this space and to move freely in our bodies. So I'd like to just start practice today with that sense of gratitude and with an intention of self-care. And with that in mind, we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. And an exhale, sigh it out. One more just like that, deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. You can allow the eyes to come open once more. We'll inhale to reach the arms high up overhead. And as you exhale, cactus arm back bend. Draw your elbows back towards your rib cage. We'll allow the arms to come down towards the floor. Again, we'll inhale, reach high, sweeping the arms up overhead. And exhale, cactus arm back bend. One more time, deep breath in, reach tall. And exhale, cactus the arms back. We'll take a deep breath in this cactus shape. And as you exhale, round through the spine, draw the hands to clap in front of you. 3 more times. Inhale, open up through the chest, shine your heart forward. And exhale to round through your spine, clap the hands. For 2. Last one, moving with the breath, allowing this to be a fluid movement. And on your next breath in, you can draw the hands back through your center. We're just going to grab onto the hands. So we're going to make a little fist with our hands and just start to make some wrist circles here, moving the wrists in one direction and then in the opposite direction. I do want to preface that we are going to be spending a lot of time on our hands today. So if you have any wrist issues or anything, feel free to take forearms or rest your hands on blocks or fists throughout the class. From here, maybe you take a couple neck rolls in one direction and then the other direction. When you feel all nice and warmed up, we'll make our way into a tabletop position. So you'll stack the wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hip points, and we'll start to just move through a few rounds of cat-cow here. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and exhale, round through your spine. Continue to move here with the breath, opening up through the chest and exhaling to round through the back. Maybe you invite some intuitive movements here, circling out through the hips. Maybe you play around with moving your fingertips into different directions here, noticing how the cat-cow shapes change the feelings in your wrists and forearms as you move the fingertips. We'll take about 2 more rounds of breath here in whatever this shape is starting to look like for you. And at the end of your second breath, we'll crawl the hands back towards the knees. With the hands framing the knees, you're going to plant the hands either on blocks or to the floor. So from here, untuck the toes so you're on the tops of the feet. We'll take a deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, we'll press into the tops of the feet, draw the knees in towards the nose as the hips lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Really digging through the fingertips here 3 more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. For 2. Exhale to lift, doming out through the upper back. Last one, we'll inhale, lower. This time we'll exhale, lift and hold here. Steady the breath, hug the low belly in just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, take a brief child's pose. Maybe you crawl the hands forward, maybe you take the hands back by your sides, fingertips reaching towards the feet. Notice your breath begin to soften here. And on the next breath, we'll slowly make our way back towards that tabletop position, tucking the toes, lifting into our downward facing dog. In down dog, maybe you begin to pedal out through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe you bend both knees to tip the tailbone up, lengthening through the spine. Grip down through the fingertips. Really notice this nice strong foundation, strong base for your practice. We'll take a deep breath in here. And exhale, melt the heels down towards the floor. On your next breath in, gaze towards the top of your mat. As you exhale, forward fold, step your feet behind your wrists as you allow your upper body to hang forward. Maybe you interlace wrists in opposite elbow creases, swaying from side to side, releasing through the neck, through the crown of the head. We'll take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, release the hands down towards the floor. We'll slowly roll our weight all the way up to stand. The chin will lift last, and we'll roll the shoulders down the back. As you arrive, inhale, circle sweep, reach the arms high up overhead. And exhale, melt it down, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen into a flat back, draw the shoulders together and down. And as you exhale, plant the hands. We'll step the feet back into a plank pose where we'll hold. So press your heels back towards the back wall. Maybe you lower down onto the knees here. Wherever you are, just notice a nice straight line coming from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Fingertips are spread nice and wide as you dig through the fingertips, pulling them back towards the heels of your hands. Notice that lift in your upper back, that space between your shoulder blades is pressing up towards the ceiling. We'll take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly shift the weight forward and we'll slowly lower our way all the way down onto the ground. When you arrive, untuck the toes, inhale, baby cobra. Peel the chest up, draw the shoulders together and down. Engage the glutes to lift the chest even higher, deep breath in. And exhale, release. Press through hands and knees or a plank, downward facing dog. One deep breath in, and a full breath out. On the next breath in, kick your right leg high. And exhale, draw knee to right elbow. We'll hold here, maybe there's a push-up. Inhale, down dog kick. Exhale, knee to nose. We'll hold here, press into the fingertips. As you inhale, lower your knee down beneath your hip. We'll inhale, open up through the chest. So almost like you have that cow spine. We'll take a couple rounds of this as you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lower down, open through the heart space. 4 more times, exhale. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. For 2 more, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, hold here. We'll inhale, down dog kick. And exhale, low lunge, step it through. On the breath in, we'll reach up into a high crescent lunge. Notice your shoulders rolling down the back, deep bend in the front knee, tracking over the front ankle. Tuck the tailbone down and under. We'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open arm twist to the right. Reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Maybe you take an exalted warrior. Left arm reaches up, deep breath in. Hold for the breath out. Inhale, high crescent. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Pivot the back heel down. Find this nice deep bend in the front knee. Strength through the legs. Reach with the fingertips. On the next breath in, we'll take Skandasana, side lunge to the back of your mat. Both heels stay planted. Maybe fingertips come to the floor or blocks. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, low lunge twist to the top of your mat. Hips will square forward, left hand plants, right arm reaches high. We'll take a deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, side plank, step your right foot back to meet your left. Maybe you lower the bottom knee. Maybe you lift the top leg. If the top leg is lifted, we're going to play around with a little bit of an abducting movement. So maybe the feet are stepped together or not. We'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift your right foot up towards the sky. We'll inhale to tap the foot towards the top of your mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale behind the planted foot. And exhale, lift. So we're really finding this engagement of your outer right hip muscle. We're here for just 4, for 3, last 2, and 1. Moving through a flow, we'll lower the top hand down, move high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath in, and a full exhale. Great work. We'll move on to the other side. As you inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. We'll hold here. Maybe there's a push-up. Inhale, down dog kick. Exhale, knee to nose. We'll hold here. Lower the knee down. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, press through the hands. Knee lifts up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. 4 more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Gripping through the fingertips for 3. Low belly pulling up and in for 2. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, knee into nose. We'll inhale, down dog kick. And exhale, low lunge, step it through. We'll inhale into a high crescent lunge. Reach the biceps by the ears, fingertips reach up towards the sky. Notice your hips squared, deep bend in the front knee. Tuck the tailbone down, deep breath in to stack the spine. And exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left arm reaches back, right arm forward. Maybe you take that exalted twist, reaching the right arm up and overhead. Maybe you gaze towards those lifted fingertips. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Inhale, high crescent. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Strong legs, strong arms. We'll settle in here. Inhale, Skandasana towards the back of your mat. Bend through your back knee, straighten through your left leg. Notice your chest lifting up towards the sky, maybe fingertips to blocks or the floor. Deep breath in. And exhale, low lunge twist to the top of your mat. Plant the right hand, hip square forward as the left arm reaches high. We'll take a deep breath in to prepare. And exhale, side plank. Step your left foot to meet your right. Shift the hips high. We'll take that same abducting movement. Maybe the bottom knee drops. You'll lift the leg up. Tap towards the front of the mat. Lift it up and tap towards the back. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. and inhale, lower. Really noticing that outer left hip, that abductor engaged. We're here for 4, just for 3, last 2, and 1. We'll move through our flow, lower your top hand, we'll move high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great work. We'll take a deep breath in. And an exhale out. Beautiful. On the next breath in, kick your right leg high. And exhale, knee to left elbow. Hold here. Maybe you take fallen triangle, coming onto the knife edge of your right foot, reaching the left arm up and overhead. Maybe that foot hovers for 3, 2, and 1. Swift transition. Plant the left hand. We'll take a flip dog. Reach your right arm up and overhead, kick standing the right foot behind you. Right arm reaches up. Deep breath in. And exhale, unwind, plant the right hand. Inhale, down dog kick. And exhale, low lunge, step it through. Peel the chest up high, crescent lunge. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale for star pose, reach the arms high, square the toes. And as you exhale, wide-legged fold. Here in this wide fold, if you have a headstand in your practice, you can take that. Maybe you choose to bend through one knee and the other, moving through a few rounds of Skandasana here. Perhaps you just allow your upper body to hang heavy as you grab onto the outsides of your heels or your toes. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. Calming the nervous system. Beautiful. And on the next breath in, we'll circle sweep, reach the arms high up overhead. Interlace the hands, release the pointer finger and the thumb. Gaze down towards your feet. The right foot is going to point forward. We'll take warrior 2 in the legs. And as you feel ready, we'll take a side angle pose. Hinge the upper body forward. Peel the left shoulder blade up and back. If this doesn't feel good, you can always rest your forearm on your thigh, maybe arms in a T. We're here for just 1 more deep breath in. And as you exhale, power lunge, square the hips forward. Notice your chest lifted. We'll take a deep breath in, gazing towards the top of our mats. And as you exhale, warrior 3. Hands can come to heart center, maybe hands up overhead, or airplane arms back by your sides. Wherever you are, notice your left pinky toe pointing down towards the floor, rooted strong through all 4 corners of your right foot. 1 deep breath in. And as you exhale, low lunge, twist, plant the left hand and foot, reach the right arm high. We'll take a deep breath in. And exhale, side plank, step the right foot to meet your left. Maybe you take a tree shape this time. Maybe you continue with those abducting movements. Maybe you grab for the top of your foot and come into a little bit of a heart opener here as you kick your foot into your hand. 1 deep breath in. And exhale, release, plant your right hand, we'll lower high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full exhale. On the next breath in, kick your left leg high. And exhale, knee to right elbow. Hold here. Maybe it's a fallen triangle. Coming onto the knife edge of your left foot. Right arm reaches. Maybe you hover that foot. 1 deep breath in. And exhale, fun and swift transition. We'll take our flip dog, plant the right hand. Left foot comes up behind. Left arm reaches back. Deep breath in. Exhale, unwind, plant the left hand, inhale, down dog kick. And exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, high crescent, reach tall. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, star pose, reach tall, square the toes. As you exhale, melt the chest forward, wide-legged fold. Allow your upper body to hang heavy. Maybe this time you take an interlacing of the hands behind your back. Get a little crickety crack out. Find whatever movement feels good here. If you want to take that headstand again, you're more than welcome to. 2 more breaths, noticing that release through the backs of the legs, hanging heavy through the crown of the head and neck. And on your next breath, we'll slowly roll our way all the way up to stand, circling the arms high up overhead and releasing the hands, releasing the pointer finger and thumb. Gaze down to your feet. You'll point the left toes forward, coming into that warrior 2 shape. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, side angle pose. Hinge your body forward. Peel the right shoulder blade up and back so the heart is shining up towards the sky. We'll take a deep breath in. And exhale, power lunge. Peel your right heel up towards the sky. Chest points forward. Deep breath in to prepare. And exhale, warrior 3. Get light on your back foot. Root down through the left foot. Really planting down through all 4 corners of that foot as you anchor your right toes down. Notice that baby cobra lift in the upper back. Deep breath in. And exhale, low lunge twist. Plant the right hand and foot. Reach your left arm high. Deep breath in to prepare. And exhale, side plank. Step your left foot to meet your right. Again, maybe you lower the bottom knee. Maybe you lift the top leg. Maybe you come into that abducting movement. Maybe you bend through the top leg, reaching for the top of your foot. You can kick the foot into your hand if you'd like. 1 deep breath in. And we'll exhale to flow. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath in. And an exhale. Inhale, kick your right leg high. And exhale, lizard lunge. Step your foot to the outside of your right pinky. Maybe you stay lifted in the back knee, hinging your weight forward and back. Maybe you lower down onto the forearms here. If you do want to come into a quad stretch, you can lower that back knee, open up through the right hip. Maybe you bend through the left leg, reaching for the top of your left foot with the right hand. Perhaps even kicking that foot into your hand to find a lift in your chest. Right shoulder blade peeling back. 1 deep breath in. And as you exhale, release, hands come beneath the shoulders, touch the back toes. Yogi squat at the top of our mats. Step your left foot to the outside of your left pinky as you shift the hips low. Maybe you sway your weight side to side here. Maybe you take a deep breath in. As you exhale, shift the hips to lift into a wider forward fold. If you want to play around with coming into crow pose, we'll take the hands beneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide, really dig through the fingertips. Nice shelf in the elbows. We'll take the knees and shins towards the tops of your triceps. And maybe you lift off of the toes. And then we'll lower back down. We're going to transition there about 5 times. So as you exhale, shift forward, crow pose. And inhale, yogi squat. Exhale, crow pose or forward fold. Inhale, yogi squat. Continue here with the breath. Noticing your core firing up here. For 2 more. Exhale, puffing up through that upper back. Last one, inhale. And exhale, crow pose. We'll hold this time for 3, 2, and 1. You can step, or hop back, moving high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath in, and an exhale. Inhale, kick your right leg high. And exhale, warrior 1. Step your foot between your hands, pivot the back heel down as you reach the arms high up overhead. Notice the hips squaring forward. Roll the shoulders down. Deep breath in to stack the spine. And exhale, interlace hands behind your low back. We'll inhale, press your fists down towards the floor. And exhale, humble warrior. Fold your chest forward. Option to stay bent in the knee or to come into a bound pyramid pose, straightening through your front leg. Maybe you'll hop that back foot up a bit. One deep breath in. And as you exhale, pyramid pose, fold your chest forward, release the arms. Again, maybe that back foot steps in. Notice this deep stretch through the back of your right leg. On the next breath, we'll plant the left hand. Inhale, twisted pyramid, reaching your right arm high. Maybe you gaze up towards your right fingertips. One deep breath in. And exhale, standing split. Hands will frame your front foot as you kick your left leg up towards the sky. You have the option to take little tiny pulses here up towards the sky. If you want to work more towards your handstand, you can plant the hands beneath the shoulders, grip through the fingertips, get light in the planted toes as you kick your way up. Maybe you just take a couple of hops here. Maybe you play around with a wall. We're here, maybe in this standing split, maybe in these handstand hops for the next 2 deep breaths. And at the end of your second breath, we'll meet in a forward fold at the top of our mats. Allow your upper body to hang heavy, releasing through the backs of the legs. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other. And as you feel ready, we'll make our way onto our knees. You're going to lower your shins down towards the floor. I recommend having 2 blocks nearby if you want to use them. We're going to play around with that same little core activation from the beginning of class, but kind of work more towards Lolasana. So you have the option again to plant your hands on the blocks or the floor, digging through the fingertips, press into the tops of the feet as you lift your knees up. So again, you can move through that, inhaling to lower, exhaling to lift. If you want to work towards your Lolasana, a little bit different here. So your hands are going to plant, you're going to have a little bit of a bend in the elbows. As you press into the hands, find that core activation so the belly button plugs up and in, and you'll lift your knees up in towards your chest. We'll lower it down and exhale to lift. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you're still playing around with those drills, lifting the hips up. Wherever you are, we're just here for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower down, brief child's pose. Arms can rest down by your sides. On the next breath, we'll make our way back towards a downward facing dog. If that includes a flow for you, feel free to take it. Otherwise, tuck the toes, shift the hips back. We'll take a deep breath in and an exhale. On the next breath in, kick your left leg high. And exhale, lizard pose. Step your left foot to the outside of your left pinky. Maybe you rock the weight forward and back here, finding this deep opening in the hips. If you do want to play around with that quad stretch, you can bend your back knee, reaching for the top of your right foot this time with your left hand. Maybe you kick that foot into your hand, peeling the chest open just a little bit more. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, wherever you are, we'll plant both hands beneath the shoulders, tuck the back toes, and step the back foot up into a yogi squat Malasana. Again, you have options here. Maybe you take that crow variation where you're inhaling in your yogi squat and exhaling to come forward into your crow pose. Maybe you're inhaling for yogi squat and exhaling to forward fold. Continuing wherever you are for the next 5 or so deep breaths. Moving with the breath, with intention, noticing what your body needs here, not judging wherever you are today. Really fuse your breath here. Those exhales power you up to the top. We'll take 1 or 2 more rounds here. And on your second time up, we'll hold this crow pose or forward fold for just 3, for 2, and 1. Step or hop, moving high to low. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And an exhale. On the next breath in, kick your left leg high. And exhale, warrior 1, step your foot through. Pivot the back heel down. We'll inhale, lift the arms high. Roll the shoulders down the back. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift through the fingertips. And exhale, interlace hands behind your back. We'll inhale, press the fists down towards the floor. And exhale into your humble warrior. Chest will fold forward. You have the option to straighten through the front knee. Coming into this bound pyramid pose. Perhaps you step the back foot up a little bit. 1 more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, release hands down towards the floor, pyramid pose. Straighten through the front knee. Maybe you step the back foot up as the hips continue to square forward. Left hip pulling back as the right hip presses forward. On the next breath in, we'll take a pyramid twist. Plant the right hand to a block or the floor as you lift your left arm high. Peel the left shoulder blade back. Deep breath in. And exhale, release into your standing split. So we'll lift the right foot up and towards the sky. Maybe you open up through the hip a little bit. You have the option to stay here. Maybe you take little pulses of your foot up towards the sky, engaging that right glute. Maybe you play around with these little hops, placing the hands beneath the shoulders, digging through the fingertips, hopping up and up. Just play around with whatever suits your practice today. We're doing a ton of stuff on the hands, so if you want to take it easy, just take this nice little standing split like I am. Feel free. We'll be here for 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, release, forward fold, feet plant, chest folds. We'll take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, knees come down towards the floor. Final time with this low asana. So again, you have the options, planting the hands, pressing into the toes to lift the hips. Maybe you cross at the ankles, and we press into the hands with this small little bend in the elbows, reaching the knees up and towards your chest. Play around with this here, wherever you're at. Again, finding that lift in your upper back. For just 3, for 2, and 1. We'll release. Coming into your child's pose. Maybe the hands come by your sides. We'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly crawl your hands beneath the shoulders. We'll step the feet back, moving into our downward facing dog. Hips shift high. We'll start to wind down for our practice. On the next breath in, kick the right leg high. And exhale, half pigeon pose. Try to parallel your shin with the top of your mat. First, before you lower down, notice the space in your hips. Notice if as you start to lower that back knee, your hips splay open. See if maybe you can tuck a pillow or a block underneath your glute if that's the case, before lowering down. So as the hips square forward, maybe we take a little baby back bend, interlacing the hands behind the back as you straighten through the arms. Perhaps you take little pulses towards the ground, opening through the chest. If you have a king pigeon in your practice and you want to take it here, you can bend through that left knee, reaching for the top of your left foot or shin. Maybe you take a nice bind up overhead and releasing the hands, perhaps a strap. Try to continue to square your chest forward. One deep breath in here. And as you feel ready, we'll slowly melt the chest forward, lowering your back leg slowly and gently as you fold your chest over your bent leg. Noticing any tension you may be storing in that right hip crease. Maybe you play around with shifting your weight from side to side. Allow your breath to make this just slightly more comfortable. Using our internal regulatory system to kind of ease the mind, ease the body. And on your next breath in, we'll slowly press into the hands. You'll shift the weight onto your right glute as you extend your left leg forward. So we're going to take a seated tree type shape with the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale to reach your arms high. As you exhale, melt your chest forward over the left leg. If you want to take a nice little side body opening stretch, we'll take the left elbow to the inside of the left thigh, reaching the right arm up and overhead, peeling the right shoulder blade back. Maybe you can reach for the toes. One breath in. We'll stay for the breath out. Inhale back up through center. We'll lift the right knee up towards the sky, taking a twist. Inhale, lift the left arm high. And exhale, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. As you allow yourself to deepen into this twist, belly button pulls up in towards your spine. One more full breath in here. And hold for the exhale. Inhale for a counter twist. We'll take the hands over towards the left, fold your chest forward. And on the next breath, we'll make our way back through a tabletop towards our downward facing dog. Moving on to the other side, we'll inhale, down dog kick, lift the left leg high. And exhale, half pigeon. Try to parallel your shin with the top of your mat. Lower that back knee down or keep it lifted for a moment as you notice maybe you need a block or a pillow underneath the left glute. And once you've decided whether or not you need that, we'll slowly lower down through the back knee. Maybe you interlace the hands behind your back, opening up through the chest. Maybe the fists press down towards the floor behind you. You can stay here. Maybe you have a king pigeon in your practice. If you do, you can bend through the right knee, reaching for the top of the right foot or the shin. Maybe there's an interlacing of your fingers or hands here. Trying to continue to square the hips forward. Gaze can point maybe up towards the sky or towards the top of your mat. Staying in this pose as long as you like before we gently release, folding the chest forward into our half pigeon shape. Noticing any subtle differences on this side. Really surrendering to this pose. Surrendering to the ground beneath you, the support beneath you. On the next breath in, we'll slowly begin to press our way up into our hands. Shift the weight onto your left glute as you extend your right leg up towards the top right corner of the space. Left foot to the inside of your right thigh. We'll inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, fold forward over your right leg. Allow your upper body to hang heavy. If you want to take that side opening stretch, you can take your right elbow to the inside of your right thigh. Press it into your thigh as you reach the left arm up and overhead. Peeling the left shoulder blade up and back. Maybe you can reach for the toes. We'll take a deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale back up to a nice tall seat. Lift that left knee up towards the sky. We'll inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, left hand behind you, right arm to the outside of your left thigh. We'll inhale, stack the spine nice and tall. And exhale, belly button pulls up and in as we deepen through this twist. One more deep breath in. And as we exhale, counter twist, draw the hands over towards the right, bow the chest forward. And we'll slowly make our way down onto our backs. Extend the legs forward and slow roll all the way down. When you arrive, we'll take one round of back bending. Maybe this is restorative with a block underneath your low back. Maybe you take a bridge pose, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Maybe you take a full wheel pose with the hands, the fingertips pointing towards your shoulders. Press into your feet, press into your hands to lift the hips high. Wherever you are, stay engaged through the glutes. Notice that release through the low back. We're here for just 3, for 2, and 1. Gently lower all the way down to the ground, hugging the knees in towards your chest. Nice big squeeze. Maybe you roll out through the low back, making little circles in one direction and the other direction. And maybe you even reach for a happy baby, grabbing for the outsides of your feet as you rock your weight from side to side. Maybe you extend one leg and then the other. Staying here as long as you like, or taking any additional poses you need to make your practice feel complete before we make our way towards our final Shavasana, our final resting pose. Taking the legs towards the outside edges of your mat, arms resting down by your sides. Roll the shoulders down. Untuck the tailbone as you tuck the chin just slightly in towards your chest. Notice the breath begin to soften here. Heart rate begin to lower. Noticing the support of the ground beneath you as you slowly surrender your weight into the earth. Releasing any thoughts or to-do lists. Just giving yourself these next few moments to rest silently in stillness. Observing the sensations in your body. Slowly begin to deepen the breath, maybe bringing some small movements into the fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Perhaps you even invite a full body stretch, extending the arms up overhead as you point through the toes. Maybe you bring a nice bend into the knees before you rock your weight onto one side. Taking just a few moments here to reconnect with the space around you and that sense of gratitude for being able to move freely in your body today. And as you feel ready, we'll slowly begin to press our way up into a nice tall seat, just as we did in the beginning of class. Maybe that's cross-legged, maybe it's on your knees. Wherever you are, just begin to stack your spine nice and tall. We'll roll the shoulders down the back, grow tall through the spine. We'll end practice today with just 2 breaths in the sound of Om as you inhale. Circle sweep the arms high up overhead, gaze past the fingertips, and exhale, hands through heart center. One more deep breath in, reach tall, stack the spine, and exhale, hands through heart. We'll take a deep breath in for the sound of Om. Om. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. It really means a lot to me. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. It definitely made me a sweaty Betty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was dripping at some points, and I hope it was the same for you, because otherwise I might feel a little bad about myself. But it's fine. But anyway, I really loved flowing with you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe, feel free to drop a comment of any recommendations for future flows that you might like me to do, maybe upper body focus, lower body focus, whatever you want. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Bye, friends.